Basically, everyone wants an adventurous life, and even in the history, if you look back at the history, most of the people who were considered as heroes or who stood out, they were more adventurous people. And Special Service Group or any elite force of any other country, they are exposed to too many dangers and they have a difficult life. That's why there is a sort of romanticism around special services around the world.
So how your journey was started as a soldier, and then why you chose SSG, and what were the particularities of your training in the SSG? Because how much it was tough, and what do you remember the most about that?
So starting from PMA, I was physically very fit in my course, and I liked adventurous life. But the driving force behind was, or the attraction was, that my elder brother, may Allah rest his soul in peace, Colonel Jagam Mahmood, he joined SSG, and I was inspired by him. When he would come to our house and he would narrate the stories or adventures of SSG, so I was more inspired by him. And then I joined SSG. And we have a unique distinction that we, three brothers at one time, have served in Special Service Group. Probably this is a record for officers. No other three officers' brothers have served in SSG.
Right. So, tell us something about the regimentation of SSG. It is like regimentation, and what is the working environment of SSG? Like in army, like in conventional army, we consider discipline is the hallmark. Army is considered as discipline, but there is a code, or there is a perception that when all misfits fit together, then a special forces or elite commando force is formed. Do you agree with that or not?
No, I think that is a very wrong perception about SSG. SSG is a very disciplined force, because without discipline you cannot achieve anything. But we do not believe in the regimental style of the other infantry battalions or other services. We give a lot of freedom of action to our officers, JSOs and men, because we have to operate in a very difficult environment, and we have to make decisions at the nick of the moment. So all the soldiers, officers, they can take their decisions, unlike the mainstream army, where there is more of regimentation, more strict discipline. So sometimes that is construed as a misfits. It's not misfits, it is that we give them a lot of liberty to take their own decisions. That's how SSG works.
So we've seen SSG commandos basically in action very few times, mostly during operations and such. So is it like that? Do they carry out undercover operations as well as with joining hands with Rangers, or they solely carry out operations against terrorist organizations?
No, SSG is basically the very versatile force. We can undertake operations in different styles and in different ways. That is the beauty of SSG, that is the hallmark of SSG, that we are very flexible. We can operate under any type of environments. We can conduct covert operations, we can conduct commando operations, we can be in sport of Rangers, in sport of civil. So that is the versatility of SSG. Basically, Pakistan Special Forces, we are trained on commando lines. So that is the basic mission, but then we get training of even working under cover and all those type of operations we can conduct.
So do you have what is your, if I was to ask, what is your most memorable operation that you carried out? और जिसे कहते हैं कि आपने कौन सा सबसे आपको यादगार आपका ऑपरेशन, और जो आपने कैरी आउट खुद किया हो या फिर किसी की कमांड के अंदर किया हो?
SSG is all the time in operations. So pinpointing one odd operation, that what was the most fascinating or difficult operation. But there are two operations that I distinctly remember, or I say that they were difficult operations. One was when I was a captain. I was given a mission to explore a route to join different places. That was a very difficult terrain.
Can you disclose the nature of that terrain, mountain, desert?
It was Sachin. I will not name the places. It was Sachin.
Right.
That area was full of crevices, and most of the time you would see avalanches coming.
Right.
So I had the experience of twice falling into a crevice, and once I came even under an avalanche, and the news of my death was spread all around that he had died. So I have seen death very closely at that time. So that is one memorable occasion that I remember of SSG. And second was, of course, POCHR operation, which was a very risky and difficult operation. In between there are many others, but these are the main things that I can remember.
What I've heard about POCHR operation is that it was something which was unexpected for Taliban, their leadership. They were caught by surprise, because they were not expecting that the army will came from behind and they'll hit them like this. So how do you see POCHR operation, and do you think that leadership of that time had a pivotal role in POCHR operation?
That's right. That was first time that the heavily-borne force of this magnitude was used against a stronghold of Taliban, and they were not expecting. They were probably expecting that, like infantry operations, we will clear the valleys post by post. But the army high command, they decided that we must do something different to gain upper hand. So we were dropped there, and then it was Special Service Group was being commanded by Gen Farrukh. He was the overall commander, and we were all part of it, and we participated in that, and it was a difficult operation.